Hi, today I'd like to talk to you about the Aspire BVC-ET-S mouth to lung tank. I say mouth to lung because it's not for direct lung, and this is aimed at your new starters or someone that doesn't like all these tanks that are giving off a lot of vapour that you're seeing nowadays. It's going to be a nice tight draw, enough vapour to be satisfying with a reasonable amount of flavour. Now, many of us, when we started vaping, were using these CE4s, and you might still be using one today. Now, there's nothing wrong with these, they've been around for a long time, but if you're still using one of these, then it might be time for you to start having a look at one of these. We know what these are. You know, you unscrew your top, pop your liquid down there, use it 2-3 weeks, you're going to throw it away. You know, they are what they are. Your Aspire BVC-ET-S is kind of one of the next levels up. I mean, they make a range of these types of tanks that I might do a video on. I might not have done that yet. So, what do you get with the Aspire BVC-ET-S? You're going to get a little bit more vapour, probably, I don't know, it's hard to say really, probably about 30% more vapour, and a considerable amount more flavour. You're also getting a tank obviously that's refillable and reusable. It's a little bit stronger and probably better value for money in the long run. But the real beauty, I think, of a BVC-ET-S is the fact that you can take it apart and give it a very good clean. So you're not going to get any real sort of stale tastes building up and change the flavour of your liquid. So just take it apart. So these are your 4 main parts. So you've got your coil, which come in a 1.6 and a 1.8 resistance. Obviously your base that holds the coil. You've got your stainless steel tank here with your Pyrex window, which can show you your vape level, so you know when you're running out of liquid. And you've got your top. Now, some people obviously don't like the metal tops. Aspire fix this with some of their other versions of the tank, which are obviously available on the website, the BVC and the C5 and the C5S. So you've got your chimney here. You can pop a cotton bud down the chimney, give it a good clean. Now if you really want to give this a good clean, a tiny little bit of vodka in there will just clean it right out. You might not want to waste your vodka, but honestly it does a really good job. So we've got our tank, either it's brand new or we've just give it a good clean out, and we're going to pop it back together. So we just screw this on here. Now you see in here, you might not be able to see that, there's a little white silicone seal. So when you put your tank back together, just grab this knurling. When you feel it, just tweak it past the bite. Now if you start to really tighten these up, people think that when you tighten something you're going to stop it from leaking. With this, it's not the right way of doing things. Just want to tweak it past the bite. If you overdo it, you're going to crush that little silicone seal and they don't expand again, and that's when they start to have problems with leakage. Okay, so that's something always worth remembering. Something worth remembering really with any vape: never over tighten things. The only thing you want to think about giving something tight is your coil. So now, before you put your new coil in, it's always a good idea, just pop it down there for a second. See these little holes on your BVC coil? Just prime your coil. Don't know if you can see those little holes. Just prime your coil, put a couple of drops in each little hole, and that just starts your coil wicking. Okay? There's cotton inside there, and the juice is soaking now into that cotton. That's getting it ready to vape for you. So you just screw it in there, and again just tweak it in. That's the only bit really that you want to make sure is good and tight in there. Okay, your liquid. Now if you see down the centre, you've got your little chimney which we've already looked at. You want to avoid getting the liquid down there. There's two ways I think really. You can look down it and just pour it down the side and just watch your liquid coming up, or you can use the window. I actually prefer myself just looking down and watching the liquid come up, but you'll find your own way of doing it. So fill it up to the point where you want it, screw the base back on again, get to that biting point, and then just tweak it past that. So got your liquid in there. Now they recommend you shouldn't vape this for 3 to 5 minutes. Now I think longer is better when it comes to this. So if you can be a little bit patient and leave it sort of up to about 10 minutes, I think you'll lengthen the life of your coil, and I think it's just a better vape. Now I'm not going to lie to you, you can get the odd coil that just isn't right from the get-go. Some last longer than others. Rule of thumb, you're looking probably around 3 weeks of good vaping. Some people are going to get them last a bit longer, some a bit shorter. It really is going to depend on how much you vape and the level of liquid that you vape. I think really these are designed for your sort of 50-50 VG-PG mixes. I have known people use the higher VG. I personally probably wouldn't go much above 70-30. Okay, so your tank's there now and it's ready to vape. 10 minutes have gone past. Screw it onto your battery. Now these are good for obviously what's known as your ego thread or your 510. Now you may not know what that is, so I'll just explain. This is an ego battery. It says it on the side. It's also a 510 thread. 510 means 5 is the interior thread and the 10 is the exterior thread. So that's that bit explained. You can also put them on these type of batteries, which is a variable voltage, variable wattage battery. This is a Coolfire 4 with its adapter on, so it's got its 510, and it will screw on like so. If you're going to use one of these types of batteries, your voltage, I do use it on voltage, I think it's easier, but that's just my personal preference. If you're a bit more experienced, then you can find what wattage works for you. So you're probably looking at, I don't know which way up this is, yeah, so 3.8 is probably okay, somewhere between 3.2 3.8. You might be able to push it a little bit further, but it's kind of, if you start getting a burnt taste, then obviously you need to turn it down a bit. If it's okay and then you want a little bit more vapor, try turning it up a little bit more. It's just finding what's comfortable for you, what works best. And that is your Aspire BVC-ET-S. It's your ideal tank for, you know, just a nice little bit of vape. Thanks very much.